Yeah,
All right.
It's almost like a
Town Lake
delay.
Park, Florida regular commission meetings for Wednesday, February 19th, 2025. The time is now 6:31 p.m. Can we have the clerk please take the roll call?
Commissioner Hensley,
All right. Next, we have a special presentation report. Before we do the proclamation, Chief Raleigh, I'm going to have you come up and speak on your report.
Hey, first, William Rowley, Palm Beach County Fire Rescue District Chief. I'd like to just take a moment to review the response report, the summary that you received probably about a week and a half ago, just to go over and answer any questions you have on it. Pretty much our bread and butter in fire rescue is medical calls, and you can see by your statistics, we run, for this previous month, it was 122 medical calls. The month before was 107, 115 the prior month, and 110. So if you look at our total calls for this month, this past month was 156 calls, and again, 122 of them were medical calls. Our response time average runs anywhere. This previous month was 533. A long month we had 2 months ago was 609, and then we're 543. And if you look at those on the reports, the variable seems to be the travel time. And if you can see, depending on what time of day the calls are ran, you could really understand the travel issues that we have going across the town of Lake Park, depending on traffic and things like that. But that's pretty much the bread and butter of that. Is there anything in particular you'd like to discuss or ask any questions regarding the response reports?
Any questions? No?
Well, they're brief. I understand that. We're waiting for the printed copies of the annual report. When that comes out I'm hoping in the next couple of weeks they're going to the printer. I'll get those to you guys and I'll do the presentation on that.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Well, thank
Chief.
you very much.
Absolutely. All righty. Next, we have a proclamation in honor of Cynthia Orziros. Cynthia, are you here? Would you like to come on up? Come on up, Cynthia.
She's a golly fellow.
How are you? Okay, I'm good. I'm good. So this is it, right? What's you got a bucket list ready?
Completed half of it already.
Okay. All right. Well then, I'm sure you'll let us know a little something when you speak. This proclamation is in honor of Cynthia L. Orziros. I hope I'm saying your last name right. Whereas on October 1st, 2024, Cynthia L. Orziros was reclassified to the position. Well, actually, let me start all over again. My apologies. Whereas, I'm going to just use your first name, if that's okay. Yes, ma'am. Whereas Cynthia commenced her employment with the town of Lake Park on October 14, 2013 as a part-time accountant to the finance department, where she was responsible for performing a variety of accounting functions, including the preparation of financial reports of all types, the preparation of tax reports, the complication of financial information for the preparation of journal entries, and where she performed all tasks related to local business tax receipts. And whereas on October 1st, 2014, Cynthia was reclassified to the position of full-time accountant 2. And whereas on March 13th, 2018, Cynthia was promoted to the position of accountant 3, which was later reclassified to the position of accountant, where she also managed the sanitation accounts receivable system, including billing functions and maintaining accounts receivable files according to the established town policies and procedures. And whereas Cynthia is a graduate of Palm Beach Atlantic College, where she earned, all right, we got some, where she earned her Bachelor of Science degree in Business Management, and of Nova Southeastern University, where she earned her Master of Science degree in Public Administration. And whereas Cynthia has throughout her career with the town of Lake Park demonstrated herself to be a consumerate professional with a strong sense of duty to both the town of Lake Park and to its residents. And whereas Cynthia is held in high regard and is deeply respected and admired by her colleagues within her entire staff of the Town of Lake Park and by all who have had the privilege of knowing her. I can second that one. And whereas Cynthia will always be an integral member of the Town of Lake Park family, and whereas the Town of Lake Park wishes to publicly recognize Cynthia for her service and accomplishments upon her retirement from the town. Now, therefore, on behalf of the Commission of the Town of Lake Park, I, Roger Michaud, Mayor of the Town of Lake Park, do hereby publicly recognize and commend Cynthia Orzios for her dedication and express our gratitude for her service to the Town of Lake Park. In witness thereof, I have here to set my hand and cause the official seal of the Town of Lake Park, Florida, to be affixed on this 19th day of February 2025. Congratulations. Whoa. Before you go, I want you to say a few words. This is your going out period. You have your colleagues here. Please.
I'll say a couple words. Okay, first of all, thank you. All the things you was reading, I was like, I did all that? Wow. It was like, thank you guys so much. I could not have asked to be placed in a better organization.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the time that I spent here with my family was wonderful. I learned so much. They taught me so much. I'm going to miss each and every one of you guys. And I love you guys so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. Next, we have public comment. I have technically 2, but we'll say 4 public comment cards. The first one will be from John Linden.
Thank you and good evening. John Linden, 568 North Redwood Drive here in Lake Park. I have something that's a little concerning that I needed to bring to everyone's attention, and it affects all 5 of you up there, plus myself and O'Rourke running. It's the yard signs, all right? Now what happens, as all of you know, you'll put the yard signs where they belong, and you'll drive back and they'll be on a swale or they'll be somewhere else. And there's collectively probably about 300 yard signs out there now, as of today. And it's real difficult to keep track of every one. Now, we know that if they're not supposed to be where they are, that they should be taken out and Public Works or code takes it away. And I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. What I would like to do is to propose to both, or to all 5 of you, including code and Public Works, if there's a sign in violation, please take it. But on the sign, with a black marker, just write the address that where it was at. And then when we go to Public Works to pick it back up, we can retrieve the signs. Signs, for those that don't know, are far from inexpensive. Some of the signs can run $5 to $6 each. Of course, if you know, so anyhow, just a thought, and it affects, again, every one of us. And I'm not asking to change anything, just a little bit of courtesy to put the number and the street down to where you got it from so we can retrieve it and bring it back. There's also been a little bit of misunderstanding out there. As you know, you cannot put the signs on any public area, but you must have the permission from the owner. On my list, I have the owner and the time that we did it, if ever questioned. So you just can't, boom, plop a sign down. It has to be done correctly. All right. That's it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Sullivan, I have 3 cards for you and 3 minutes for you to go through it.
Okay. I'm going to talk to you, maybe not in the order my wife wants me to. But the first one, she says, is about parking on narrow streets on both sides, which makes it almost impossible to pass. And one of the worst places this happens is on Evergreen between 6th and 9th Street, and also on the last street in town. And this, we should pass an ordinance or something where people have to pass on one side of the street only. And maybe once a year, or maybe once every 7 years, like they do in some European jurisdictions, change it to the other side of the street. Second item I want to bring up, I believe it's item 6 in her original thing that she sent to you all, is about hypodermic needles. People are throwing these around. I've seen a couple of them laying in the street. But the worst thing I saw was when I went to Lowe's to the men's room. And in the last store of the men's room, I saw, looking at the papers, the door was off. There were places where people had put needles in there to clean them, and you could see the blood spots. Now, one store has already taken corrective action on this on their own, and that's Aldi's. They put in a kind of paper dispenser where it has a little window so you can see if somebody's taking the cover off and putting needles in there to clean them. This is a very dangerous practice from the health viewpoint and should be stopped immediately. And last one is with respect. We've done a lot of talking about golf carts and all, but the biggest danger is these little scooters and bikes. They don't have lights often. They don't have reflectors on the back. And the people that drive them like mad people. I was coming on the street, crossing Park Avenue, and 2 cars were coming in one of these things, and the guy was right out in the middle with a little scooter with no lights, no things, and dark clothing, and no helmet. And this is asking, it's a case if this continues, it's not when, if a person will get killed or in serious danger, it's just a question of when. And that is about all I have to say, because you can always refer to her original report that she sent to you all for more details, because these are items 5, 6, and 7 on her report. That is all I have to say.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sullivan. We appreciate that. All right, next we have the consent agenda. I see 3 items on consent. I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
We have a first and a second. Any other further discussion? Seeing, hearing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Consent passes. I have nothing under quasi-judicial public hearing, nothing on ordinance on first reading, nor ordinance on second reading. I have nothing under old business, as well as nothing under new business. So, we will go to town attorney comments.
I will continue the trend. I have no comments.
Okay. Town manager.
Oh, I have comments. Just a couple of quick comments, please. Okay. Just a couple of quick comments, Mr. Mayor.
Absolutely.
Real quickly, for the community's information, the town's annual grant-making program, information on that program can be found on our town's website. And the program will provide funding up to $10,000 for groups, corporate entities, and nonprofit organizations. Applications are due by Friday, March 14th at 5 p.m. And there is a mandatory meeting for applicants to be held next Tuesday on February 25th at 10 a.m. Here in the Town Hall's Commission Chambers. Also, some other event information. The library will be hosting free tax aid for tax services by AARP volunteers on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. until Saturday, April 12th. Also, the library will be holding English language learners classes on Saturdays from 10:30 a.m. To noon, and a digital literacy program from noon to 1 p.m. I mentioned it during our last meeting. Wanted to again mention that the town will host its Sunset Celebration in honor of Black History Month on Friday, February 28th, 2025, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Kelsey Park, and there will be an obstacle course. So, and then there may even be a trophy. Just saying. Also wanted to get the Commission's consensus on a proclamation declaring March 2025 as Florida Bicycle Month. If you all are good with that, we'll bring that back at a future meeting. Then also just wanted to give you a heads up that we have received a request to possibly purchase a Parks and Rec building. We're looking into that option. Of course, the attorney's looking into that, and at some point we'll advise on going out for competitive solicitation on options to possibly sell or for someone to purchase. Also, the Oceana ribbon cutting is set or being scheduled for March 13th. We're still waiting on the time, but we think it's going to be between 4 and 6. So we'll keep you all in the loop on that. Okay. That's what I have.
All right, thank you for that. Next, we have Commissioner comments. I will start on my right end with you, Commissioner Hensley.
No comment.
Okay. Commissioner Thomas.
Yeah, I wanted to get a jump start on, I'm not sure what that process is, but we skipped it last year, but I was hoping to figure out how to do it this year, and that is summer is coming along, and in 2023, we had in the afternoons our bike along, where we had the community, like sort of like invited the community to come and do, to bike along.
Mm-hmm. Like the tour of the Lake Park?
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily that we were touring historic, structures or something like that, but it was something, I consider it engagement. That's really what I consider it as public engagement.
So meaning our Friday nights.
Yeah, and while it was sort of loosely coordinated by one of the businesses here, what I'm concerned about is that should we advertise it, it might be considered like a special event, right? And the whole idea behind it really was to evoke community involvement, whereby the last Friday, or maybe we could even, and this is just an open discussion that I'm having on this, that maybe we can have like maybe the first and third Friday of the month as a community ride-along. And my hopes are, in lieu of us riding within the areas of 10th, like crossing over 10th or crossing over US 1, maybe we can have like a start here at oh my goodness, I almost bit my tongue, Town Hall, and then do with the north and south of the town. And maybe we could come up with some type of a route. But it really is to try to spark our residents to come out and just meet either our commissioners and also the community, an hour and a half. but there's that fine line, between it being a special event and a community involvement activity. So I wanted just to throw that out there, and maybe staff could, and if should, be the desire to of this commission, but to throw it out there to try to get our residents involved. It's the summer is long, the children don't have much to do. I've gone on the ride along and I've seen kids say, how do I, what can I do? What should I do? And maybe we can, have that. The other thing that I thought could probably go along with that, I do know at times that the deputies provide through whatever organization, like helmets and things of that nature. Maybe we can have something like that, maybe once a month, or maybe on the 1st or the 3rd, we could do some type of helmet fitting where we could, give it away and have children and, and also adults too. So it's not necessarily limited to that. But that's what I wanted to just bring out, because in another few months, school is going to be out. And we don't necessarily have a recreation building per se, right? And or a community center per se. So we just need something for us all to do, myself definitely included.
We could
That's
even,
it.
you could even, just to add to that, if you wanted to switch things up, like you said, 2 days out of the month to do a ride, you could do one as a ride and one as like a community walk.
Yeah, but I just wanted to send that out there, because anyway.
Well, so it doesn't become a town special event, we can ask On Your Mark or Tony to be a sponsor, and it's just a community meetup
Yeah.
rather than a special event.
Okay,
So we don't get into insurance and
yeah,
security and everything that Rio Needy does. Rio Needy's not listening.
True.
So, just neighbors meeting up to go for a ride, not something the town does.
and then I want to know, if it's not a special event, could the meetup be at Town Hall, as opposed to somewhere else, like we meet here, and then we have these beautiful boulevards that we can ride around. I'm just out there, that's all. But I wanted to bring it up early enough so that some type of discussion, can be had, and for myself to know what I need to, to do, or however. That's it. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. All
Yes,
good. All
yes.
good. Commissioner Taylor.
No comment.
Okay. Vice Mayor.
But adding to that, we know that our official community bike ride for Florida Bicycle Month is Saturday, March 22nd at 2 p.m., starting here at Town Hall.
Absolutely.
And Rio Needy's doing the official flyer and everything.
Anything else?
It can wait till next meeting, since we're running over.
Okay. I really have nothing.
Oh, it is
22nd, yes.
Saturday the 22nd.
Meet at 1:45, Pella's up at 2 p.m. Okay,
Can I just say one last thing?
absolutely, please do.
I also wanted to thank Public Works and our town manager. I had a complaint the other day in one of our parks, and I was really upset by it. But I do want to give Mr. Morales and his staff a heads up and just really say thank you, because the next morning, my wonderful Public Works was out there, looking, checking in on it. I do have, my pets do guard the park, vigilantly. Anyone that's in the park, they make sure that they shouldn't stay in the park. And of course, wake everyone else up to make them know that there's people in the park. But nevertheless, I did want to say thank you, because we do, one of the things that just makes the town so beautiful are our parks, are our neighborhoods, are our beautiful boulevards, are the scenic routes, that there's just so many beautiful qualities here to our community. And I want to continue to preserve that, and I just want to say thank you.
Okay. Actually, I was going to say that, but I thank you for doing that. No. You hit it right in the head. And just to echo that sentiment, I want to thank you, Jamie, and your staff. I've seen a lot of compliments going around on how diligent and quick your turnovers are and communicating with the residents and everything, and it's greatly appreciated, and it's not unnoticed, so thank you again, as well as all the staff, because I'm hearing lots of good things, so. Outside of that, that's all I have, so with that,
Wait. One more
Vice
thing.
Mayor.
Sunset Celebration, Commission Obstacle Course Challenge.
Bring it on.
Greenie, you're going to have to like get all the kids out though, so no one gets hurt.
Well, again, there may be a trophy available.
Thank you.
So what time are we doing this, so make sure we're all there timely? Because I'll just race myself if you guys aren't there.
Well, I might give my proxy to maybe a resident that I can kind of see envisioning. No, I'm just kidding. You know I'm there, so.
And you guys all get there like at 6:30?
Give us a time. Give us a time.
That work?
On the 28th. 28th at 6:30?
6:30.
6:30.
Say it now.
6:30.
Okay, good.
6:30 in the big house.
Oh, you're the one's racing. I'm not working. Okay.
Okay.
We're all good? All right. With
And our
that.
manager has to join us so we have an even number.
Okay. So I guess it might be a relay then.
I'm winning.
Okay. Okay. With that, I will entertain a motion of adjournment.
I second that.
You want to so move?
I'll make the motion that we adjourn.
All right. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
That's